Welcome to Park Yoga Shorts. My name is Naomi and I am the Minehead Park Yoga instructor, so you'll find me at the Minehead location, but there are plenty of other locations if you aren't local to Minehead that you can practice with us at. So a really big welcome from everybody here at Park Yoga, and welcome to your Park Yoga Shorts. So your Park Yoga Shorts is a 20 to 30 minute session that you can do if you can't make it to the Sunday sessions, or perhaps if your Sunday session has been rained off, or maybe you just can't go a week without your Park Yoga and you need this little snippet of yoga in the middle of your week as well. So welcome, roll out your mat and come on in to spend this time with me. So Park Yoga is all about connecting people with nature and with each other. It might be that you are really familiar with Park Yoga. It might be that you're new to Park Yoga and that you've stumbled across us this year or just stumbled across this video now. Well, welcome. And Park Yoga is here to connect us with nature, as I just said, and therefore if you can, maybe take your mat outside today. Join me outside. Maybe you've got some lovely sunshine, or maybe you've got a little sheltered area that you can go underneath if it is a little bit more grey, as it often is here in the UK. But welcome, and welcome to Park Yoga. So Park Yoga is a charity, and it was set up with the intention to connect people to nature, to get people outside and to give people the opportunity to try yoga. Park Yoga really is for everybody, and therefore if you're new to yoga or whether you've been doing yoga for years, you are really welcome here. However, just make sure that you are fit and healthy to do yoga today. Just make sure that your GP hasn't told you you shouldn't do any exercise. While yoga is generally quite gentle, it still is a form of exercise. So do make sure you've been given the all clear to go ahead and do this class today. And unfortunately, if you are pregnant, this class, most of the poses aren't suitable for you. But if you want to skip ahead all the way through, you can always watch that little meditation at the end that we're going to do. If you do that seated on a chair, that is accessible for you if you want. Otherwise, you can sit and enjoy the atmosphere and just generally enjoy all of the benefits that we can get from our Park Yoga sessions. As I said, my name is Naomi. I am the Minehead Park Yoga instructor, and this week for your Park Yoga Shorts, I am bringing you a stretch and calm class. So today's session is all about stretching out any stiffness, any tightness within our body, and finding some calm, finding a moment of relaxation, of quiet within our lives. A lot of us have busy lives, and this little 20 to 30 minute session will hopefully restore a little bit of calm into your life. It's a really good class if maybe you're a beginner, or if you're feeling particularly stiff today, or if you just want something nice and gentle. We're going to come through some yoga poses, some asanas, and then we're going to come into a short meditation, as I just mentioned. It's only going to be a short meditation. Don't let that put you off if you've never done meditation, or if you don't think you like meditation. This is a really easy, down-to-earth meditation practice that we're going to do. So stick with me and just see how it goes. Why not just try something new if you haven't done meditation before? So rolling out your mat, settling into your space, just making sure there's nothing around you that you're going to knock over or that's going to interfere with your practice. And then we're going to dive straight on in. So rolling onto your back to begin. So we're going to roll all the way down onto our back, and then we're going to bend our knees and take the soles of the feet to the floor, and the arms can just come either alongside the body, or perhaps you want to rest your arms onto your belly. So the knees are bent, the soles of the feet are onto your mat. And now just take a moment to close your eyes, to settle in. And begin to connect with your breath. So in our yoga practice, we often try to connect with our breath. And that's going to help us to find this calm that we're after today. So breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose, and just settling in. And just allowing the shoulder blades to sink into the mat. And maybe if you are outside, maybe beginning to tune into those sounds of nature around you. Maybe you can even hear the sounds of the birds on my end. So maybe if you aren't outside, you can still experience those sounds. Maybe just noticing the temperature of the air on your skin. And spending these moments as we start our class together just to settle into your body. We spend a lot of our lives with our mind outside of our body. And today in this little short session together, we're going to bring our mind back into our body and reconnect and find some calm. And then just gently from here, blinking open the eyes if you wish, but you can keep them closed. I'm going to draw the right knee into the chest and hold just below the knee on the shin. And just gently draw that knee inwards. And this might feel really good. This might feel like enough. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can lengthen away with your left leg. So pushing through the left heel, drawing the right knee in, just lengthening out through the body. And as you settle into each of our poses today, perhaps getting that breath back, settling back into that inhale, that exhale. We're going to really use our breath today to help us either to relax into our poses or to find a state of total absorption in our poses. So in this pose, just using that exhalation to help you further that stretch perhaps. And then releasing the leg and just extending the leg up to the sky. And chances are the back of that leg is going to feel quite tight. My hamstring's definitely feeling tight today. So you do not need to fully straighten the leg. We're going to take a hold behind the hamstring, so behind the thigh, and push the heel up towards the ceiling. And as you release the shoulders, just allow them to settle further into the mat. As you exhale, feel that softness come through the jaw, through the shoulders. Take a few breaths here. Take a cycle, inhale, exhale. Take another cycle, inhale, exhale. Just allowing your body to get used to these gentle stretches. We're going to take a few deeper stretches later on, but nothing too crazy today. Releasing your right leg down to the ground. Then we're going to draw the left knee into the chest. So perhaps the right foot is on the floor and the knee is bent. Maybe you've gone for fully extending through that right leg. And really today, as we're focusing on calm, really listening to your body. Sometimes we want to overwork. We want to achieve everything that we can. Yoga isn't about achieving. Yoga isn't about reaching any final pose. It's about finding a relaxation. It's about finding a connection with yourself, with others, and Park Yoga with nature as well. So just enjoying the connection today with your body. Maybe you're doing this class with somebody and enjoying that connection of doing the same thing at the same time in your own space. Then if you wish, begin to extend that left leg to the sky, keeping that bend in the knee if you wish, maybe going ahead, fully straightening. Maybe you're doing this at the end of the day and you feel you've got that mobility, that length in the hamstring. But really listen to your body. I know my leg can straighten if I want to, but today that's not going to feel good for it. So choosing to do what feels good for your whole body today. When you're ready, draw the knee into the chest, just hug the knees in, and then just moving slightly side to side, just rocking, rolling side to side. And then we're going to take our hands, take our palms onto the kneecaps, and then just draw circles with the knees. And so as we draw circles with the knees, we want the knees going in opposite directions. So they go away from one another, and as they come to the midline, they come down and together. So just drawing these circles. This is a really nice way to massage the lower back and the tops of the bum muscles, the glutes. And just to stretch out, to find that little bit of space and release through our lower back. A lot of us hold tension in our lower back. It's a nice way to release that. And then come to stillness. Take a hold behind the thighs and then just gently rock and roll forwards and back a couple of times until you end up all the way up at seated. So we're coming to cross-legged. If you have a book or yoga block that you want to sit on, you're more than welcome to use that to help you sit upright. And if it's uncomfortable to sit cross-legged, then just take your legs gently out in front of you. Clasping the hands, turning the palms away. Inhale, reach the arms up. You can close the eyes if you wish. Exhale, reach the arms down to shoulder height. And inhale and reach up. Good. Just finding that opening through the shoulders. Inhale and reach. Exhale and lower. So now we're using our breath to immerse ourselves in the pose, and that's when you may want to close the eyes to feel that experience of just being fully engrossed in your pose, reaching the arms up, reaching the arms down. It's sometimes called flow state. And if you think of a time when you're doing something that you love, whether it's cooking or painting or reading or maybe walking, where time just flies by, where you feel fully immersed in the moment, that's when you're in your flow state. That's what we're looking for today in some of these poses. And exhale, release the arms down to shoulder height. Turn the palms in now. Drop the chin to the chest. Push the arms away from you. Lengthen out between the shoulder blades. Just find that gentle stretch. And then inhale, we're going to sweep the arms behind us. Take the arms to the lower back and just gently draw the elbows closer to one another. So we're opening up through the chest. Good. And then release the hands onto the knees and just gently roll the shoulders a couple of times backwards. Good. One more time. And then releasing the right hand down to the mat, we're going to lift up with that left arm. Come into a side bend. You can gaze underneath your top arm if you wish. If you want, maybe bend a little deeper into that bottom arm, into your right arm. And thinking about keeping both hip bones firmly on the ground here in this side stretch. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, allow yourself to soften into that pose a little bit more. Using your breath now to help you soften in and relax. Inhale to center, exhale to the other side. So our poses today are not about achieving crazy poses. They're not about balancing or strengthening. I know a lot of my classes you might have done with Park Yoga have been strong and energizing. This one's totally different. We're taking it really nice and slow and steady, just moving through some simple poses to find some space in our body and our mind. Reaching those right fingertips over towards the left, really finding that side bend, gazing under the top arm if you choose. And then inhale, come back to center. And we're going to rock into all fours. So you can just find your way, wiggle your way to all fours. Taking the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. And we're going to come through our cat-cow. So we're dipping the belly, lifting the tailbone, lifting the gaze. And then as you exhale, round through the spine, dropping the chin towards the chest, gazing between the knees. Inhale and open. Exhale and round, and take this flow again with your breath. So we inhale, we open the chest, we dip the belly. We exhale, we round through the spine, gaze between the knees. Inhale, open up, reaching the tailbone high, reaching the gaze forward. And exhale, closing off, rounding through the back. And if you want a little bit more now, perhaps beginning to bend into the elbows as you transition. So just a little bend can help get higher into the spine. So working a little deeper into the upper body. And it can also help to strengthen a little bit. So if you love that little bit of strengthening that you can get from your yoga practice, and if you want a little bit more today, then you can bend the elbows and mobilize your way through. But there's no need if you don't want to. And then this time as you inhale, just come back to a neutral spine. We're going to lengthen our right leg all the way behind us and maybe reach our left arm forward. If that's too much, just stick with the leg. We're finding that stretch through the heel, that reach through the fingertips, lengthening through the whole body. The tailbone is nice and long, so our lower belly is drawn in. We're not dropping the ribs, we're not dropping through the pelvis. Release the hand to the mat and switch sides, extending the left heel behind you and the right arm forward. Lengthening, so it's opposite arm, opposite leg. If you're trying to do this with the same side, you're going to be challenging yourself quite a lot. So just making sure you've got opposite arm, opposite leg reaching away. And then just gently coming back to center and tucking the right leg behind you, pushing into the heel. We're going to take that little stretch through the back of the leg. So you're pushing into the heel, you're feeling that stretch through the back of the leg. We're going to walk the hands a couple of inches further forward and then just gently begin to lift the hips. And you're going to come into a version of downward facing dog. So that right leg is nice and long and your left leg has a big bend in the knee. We're going to come all the way back to that all fours and then switching sides. If you are at the back of your mat, you may want to just shuffle a bit further forward. Take the left leg behind you, push into the heel, and then rolling into that downward facing dog variation. So lifting those hips up high. You've got the right knee bent, the left leg long. Maybe pushing into the hips a little bit more, finding that lift through the pelvis. And then gently coming all the way down. We're going to come to kneeling next, so tucking the toes and coming to sitting onto your heels. And as you sit on your heels, you'll feel that stretch through the underneath of your feet. It's going to feel a little stiff. Breathe into it. Connect your hands, palms facing up to your thighs, and just spend a breath here. That's all we're going for, just one breath. Good, and then release. I know it can feel a little stiff, that maybe just wiggle the toes. If you're comfortable to sit kneeling, then you're going to join me sitting kneeling. If this hurts your knees, if you feel any kind of tension through the thighs, then take a seat with cross-legged. That's absolutely fine. We're going to take the arms out to shoulder height, bend the elbows, the palms face forward, and then bringing the elbows towards one another, we're going to bring our right elbow onto our left. And you can go ahead and take a bind if you can. You can take the palms around to meet one another. You can take the backs of the hands together if that wasn't possible, or you can take the hands to the shoulders, and you can take any of those options. It really doesn't matter. Wherever we are, lift the shoulders, the elbows a little higher. And then we're going to exhale, round through the spine, draw the elbows to the belly button. Inhale, open up, begin to open through the chest. Keep a little bit of strength through the neck though. And exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale and round. Inhale, open. And exhale and round through the spine. This time as we inhale, come back to center, reach the arms away, push the elbows a little behind the shoulders if you can. Feel that stretch through the chest. And then switching sides, so left elbow coming in. Maybe you take the full bind, maybe you take backs of hands, maybe you take hands to shoulders. It really doesn't matter which one you take. Inhale, reach the elbows a little higher. Exhale, round through the back, allow the shoulder blades to part, draw the elbows to the belly button. Inhale, open up. Exhale and round. Inhale and open, and I love this pose, this little flow. It really helps to open up through the shoulders. Inhale and open. If you've been working from home or if you've been driving a lot recently, this is a really nice one to stretch that out. Elbows come to the belly button. Inhale, open up. And exhale, rounding through the body. And then inhale, release. And then maybe just taking a little twist to each side. So taking your left hand to your right thigh. You can do this if you're cross-legged too. Maybe just gazing over the back shoulder, back hand comes down to the earth behind you. Inhale to center, exhale, twisting to the other side. And then inhale all the way around. And we're going to set ourselves up now for this meditation. Not running away, I promise you it's going to be nice, down to earth, simple. So we're going to come to cross-legged. If you can't sit cross-legged, you're more than welcome to grab a chair or grab a couple of cushions or a couple of books to sit on. If you feel that when you sit cross-legged you start to slump backwards like this, grab yourself a chair, grab yourself a cushion. Just make sure you're nice and comfortable for this meditation. So just finding yourself in cross-legged or sitting on your chair, and then we're going to turn our palms to face upwards. And wiggle yourself through your spine, make yourself nice and tall, and just close the eyes. And today we're going to focus on that breath. The breath has been the pivotal point of the whole of our practice together. So we're going to focus on that breath now together. So just breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. If you breathe through the mouth, that's okay. If it feels forced through the nose, then just let your body breathe for you. So in that practice, as we flow through our asana, our poses together, perhaps we were controlling the breath, we were using our breath. Now just let your breath flow. And just watch as your body moves with your breath. So watch as the belly or the chest rise and fall. Watch as your body breathes for you. And that's really what's going on here. You're not having to put in any effort. You're not having to alter, to change anything. The body is breathing for you. And that breath is always in the present moment. And we're going to take our focus to our breath today. So as the body is moving, just noticing that rising and falling. And if you choose, if you want, we're going to add a silent label to those movements. So as we inhale, labeling mentally, so just in our head, saying to ourselves, rising. And as we exhale, saying to ourselves, falling. Just watching that movement and adding these silent labels to it. Rising and falling. Rising and falling. And you can keep those eyes closed. If it's uncomfortable with the eyes closed, just gently blur your vision down to the ground. And if you're new, don't worry, stick with it. You've done so well coming through the whole of your practice already. Stick with me for these last few minutes. Breathing in, rising, breathing out, falling. And just allow a gentle awareness. So an effortless effort is what we're looking for. Might sound a bit silly. One day, if you keep meditating, you'll understand that little phrase, effortless effort. We're focusing on that breath, but we don't want a furrowed eyebrows. We don't want as much concentration as we can. We want to just softly focus there on our breath, on our rising and falling. Rising and falling. You're doing so well, sticking with it. You can do it. Stay with me. Rising and falling. If the mind wanders, if you disappear off into to-do lists or anything else, don't worry. Don't beat yourself up. Just bring yourself back. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, settle back into that pattern of rising and falling. Rising and falling. Only a few moments more, staying with me. Challenge yourself to stay in this place where the calm is beginning to flood into the body, where we're totally absorbed within our own body. Nothing else matters right now, just this breath, this inhale, this exhale. Finding ourselves in full connection with our body. And how brilliant does this feel? Just at one, at peace with our body and our breath. Rising and falling. Rising and falling. Just spending a moment, a little longer, in a moment of quiet, so you can keep those labels going for yourself. Good, gently just dropping the chin to the chest, release the labels. Maybe just moving the head, moving the wrists, keeping the eyes closed for a moment and wiggling your way back to an upright seated position. And just blinking open the eyes, allowing that light back in. And well done. Really, really well done. I know that meditation can be tricky, but you made it through, so well done. Hopefully right now you are feeling all the benefits of our stretching and all those calm, lovely feelings that are coming into your body and your mind right now. So you are more than welcome to disappear off and just enjoy that calm. But if you want to stay for a moment, I'm just going to chat a little bit more about Park Yoga and about what we do and where you can find us. So do stay on if you have a moment. Just enjoying sitting for a moment, just allowing that feeling of calm to come over you and cocoon you in that lovely bubble of calm. So at Park Yoga, we run weekly live sessions. So we are here in your Park Yoga shorts, but you can also find us in your local park. So if you head to parkyoga.co, you can find all of our locations there. So I teach at Minehead, but we've got plenty of others across the country. So do check out, see where your local one is, and it's totally free. So Park Yoga is a charity. We run on donations. So the sessions are completely free. If you feel inclined, then you are more than welcome to donate. And you can donate by text or you can donate at parkyoga.co. So you can find all of this information on the Park Yoga website or on our Park Yoga Facebook page. So do head to Park Yoga on our Facebook page. If you love social media, if you want to tag us in any of your photos, if you want to take a photo right now of you post Park Yoga shorts, take a little selfie and tag us Park Yoga UK on Instagram, and we would love to see you, or perhaps share your photo with your local Park Yoga page. So thank you so much for joining, for coming through that session with me today. Hopefully I might see you at Park Yoga Minehead, or maybe I will see you again virtually. But have a lovely rest of your day, and if I don't see you, definitely do go and visit your local Park Yoga. The Park Yoga instructors, we all love to welcome newbies, so do go on and head down to your local park on a Sunday morning at 9:30, and we will see you there. Have a lovely rest of your day, and maybe I'll see you again soon.